So what would your tips be for more mature workers having to work with all these young guys?
Number one tip is don't try to be cool, because you're not. Your coolness comes from your experience. It comes from your, the lines on your face and the gray in your hair. Also, I think it's really important not to teach, not to placate, not to be pedantic, but to mentor. Okay.
What's the difference?
I think that what happens, and I'm seeing this a lot right now, is that people in their 40s, 50s, and 60s that are suddenly inundated with either younger people in their company or going to a startup. Like, hey, I'm 48 or I'm 50, and I really love this company, and I have this experience, and I'm going to go, and that sounds really fun. I can make some money, whatever. There's a sense of insecurity that comes out of talking down to them. You young whippersnappers, right? It's that bit. Just won't work, right? Remember when you were 20. Remember when your dad knew nothing, right? Remember when your mom would, oh, God, okay? Remember those days. Remember how you were. That's how they are, okay? And now look at it that, oh, my God, my dad was right. Oh, my God, my mom was right.
But quite often you get on well with your uncle.
Yeah.
Not your dad, but your uncle. What's the uncle's secret?
Well, the uncle's secret is be the guy that comes in and comes out, right? Right. The uncle is like, hey, and you can play around, and he's kind of cool because he's kind of funny, and but he's not trying to jam his life down your throat. Okay. You try to jam your experience, like, well, I worked at back when I was, hey, we didn't do it that way. Well, no, you didn't, because this is different. Right? But being a mentor, being calm, being quiet, okay, not flagging or flogging your resume, flogging your experiences, adding perspective, using the word we a lot, okay? How can we solve this problem? As opposed to, well, when I was young, I did it this way. Right? The great thing is the energy that can come from a young company or young staff, the sense of ideas, the sparks. Now, it also can seem like complete chaos, but remember when you were young and you were doing 900 things at once and your brain actually still worked, It's about being a part of that energy and knowing how to find the good bits. And then whatever your role is, okay, if your role is in operations or finance, okay, well, these young people may not have the experience, so it's about fulfilling your role while empowering their dreams.